Hey you guys, so today I'm going to come to you with a tutorial on how I'm going to do these crochet, I think it's going to be maybe Marley twist. They're not going to be big enough to be Havana, but we'll see. So I am going to basically just break down how I'm going to do this. I've done Marley twist, Senegalese twist. I've done different variations of the twist before, but never on the using the crochet method. So I am excited to do this. I think the crochet method will really not cause as much tension on the hair. I think it's going to be a very great protective style. So let's go ahead and get started. What I use is I used 11 bags of the Lord and Cliff Hip Hop Marley hair, color 1B30, and then I just used a crochet needle. I begin this process by sectioning my hair into two sections, one section in the front, one section in the back. This will be my braiding pattern. And what I do to protect the hair is I simply just use my leave-in conditioner. I like the Kinky Curly Knot today, and I just make sure I completely try to coat the hair just to make sure I add that extra moisture to my hair. Then I follow up with my homemade shea butter just to seal, and I do that for both sections of the hair. Okay, so for my braiding pattern, what I do is I'm going to make a slant part. I don't want straight backs, so I'm basically going to braid in a slant method. So I'm going to basically use the sides and kind of just basically slant the hair. And I am just going to try to have medium-sized braids. They're a little smaller on the edges. And then I'm basically just going to braid the hair, but I'm not going to braid all the way down to the end of the braid. I'm basically going to do maybe halfway down. And this, just kind of wanted you to see about what they look like as I'm going. So you can see that they're basically slanted on the side, and what I do is I stop halfway through and go to the other side so I can position my braids correctly in the center. Okay, so you can kind of see how each braids are kind of slanted back to the side, and these are going to be my final two braids. So I just kind of wanted you to see how that's going to look. So I'm basically, I parted it in a slanting motion because that's the way I want the braids to lay. So I'm basically just going to continue braiding, and I will let you see the remainder of that pattern. So I am finishing up the beginning section. Woo! That's some hard work, y'all. Okay, and so what I'm just going to do is take the hair and I am just going to tie it up so I can begin braiding the back section. So I just want to remove this section out of the way. As you can see, I have loose ends, and I will begin the back section. So for the back section, I'm just going to make bigger braids. So I'm basically just going to braid straight up. I'll have about 5 chunky braids, and it's kind of hard to braid upside down, so I kind of bend my head over just to kind of get the braid going in an upward motion. These will be straight braids, and it'll be like 5 chunky braids. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to take the braids from the top and the back, and I'm simply just going to braid that over into one braid. It's going to stop in the center, and I'm just going to braid that all the way to the end. And I'm basically going to do the other side the same way, just so I can have 2 braids to cross over, and so that I can keep them locked down. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to take those 2 braids and I'm going to crisscross them over. Take one to one section, take one to the other section. And from there, I am going to use basically just a hair needle and thread, and I am going to sew them, attaching them to the braids. The reason why I wanted to use this braid method is to ensure that I can basically pull the braids up without seeing big chunky braids in the back. So I wanted this style to be as versatile as possible. So I'm basically just sewing this down, looping the thread through the braids, just getting it as close down as I could possibly get it. Okay, so I've already started crocheting, but I want to show you what I do to basically prep the hair. I am using the Lord and Cliff Hip Hop Marley braid. I am using the color 1B/30. And what I'm going to do for the hair is I'm basically going to remove all of out of this packaging and all of the contents to start with the hair. So I'm using a whole, I do this for each bag. So what I do is I basically take the hair and I just give it a good shaking. I want to basically just kind of loosen up the hair. If you've ever dealt with the Marley hair, it's kind of in a stiff stage. So I'm basically just going to loosen up the hair, giving it a few finger detangles just to make sure that the hair is easy when I'm actually ready to twist it and further prep it when I start twisting the hair. So that's basically it. I do that with each bag, and from there I will show you how I begin to actually crochet. Okay, so what I do is I take 3 of the strands of hair and I basically just further separate the hair. I don't separate it all the way, but I basically just separate it a little bit to loosen it up. And so I take basically each strand of hair and just separate it so it's easy to twist, and the twist kind of flows a little more naturally. Okay, so from there I just continue to do that, and I basically start tapering the ends. So what I do to taper the ends is I just make sure that the ends are staggered, like they're not, so they're not all one length when you get to twisting at the ends. So some are long on one side, some are long on the other. And from there I basically twist the hair into the center, and this is how I will go about putting the hair on the crochet needle. So I take the crochet needle, open the latch, and I basically use this in a downward motion. For this style, you could use it in an upward or downward. I found that it doesn't really make a big difference for the twist. So from there, I have the hair twisted, and I close the latch, and I basically just pull the hair through. Now, instead of pulling the entire section through, I take one section, and I pull that one section through, creating 2 sections to begin twisting through. So it comes through really easy. I just wanted to try to show you slower. And from there I begin twisting. Now I'm using the Senegalese rope method. So basically what I do, I don't tie any knots for this. I basically just start twisting. I roll and I twist. I roll and I twist. So same Senegalese method you would use with Senegalese twist or Havana twist. I basically just am rolling and I'm twisting just to get that rope look when I do the twist. So again, I show you roll and twist, and you basically you have to practice a little bit, but once you get it, it's pretty easy. And I don't really twist it really tightly because of the texture of the hair. It gives a nice twist method. So I roll and I twist, and I do this for that entire braid all the way down to the ends. I don't leave hair out on the end. And this is basically how I do this entire section. So I'm using 3 strands of hair, and I am rolling and twisting, and I do this for the entire head. It's a really easy method. The hair is kind of already separated, so I really like that about the Marley hair. And that's basically how I get it. These are a little longer than I think I like, but we'll see. So I'm going to just continue rolling and twisting, and that's it. So from there, this is basically how the braid looks. You can see the ends of the braid, and I basically just begin with doing another braid. But before I do that, I want to show you guys how closely I am laying the braids to each other. I am leaving just a little bit of space, not much. I'm kind of laying them real tight in the front, but kind of leave a little bit of space so I don't have too many braids. And that's the way I'm laying them. And you see how they're laying over. You can't really see the part. I think they're looking really good. Okay, so I'm at the end stage. Woo, look at my face, y'all. I am tired. So what I do from there, after I finish braiding all the hair, I basically just go over the braids, not every braid, but just trying to clip the ends with the little straggles of hair, and then I kind of clip like any loose hair I see in the braid. Getting very, very close to the end. I am tired. It's been about 10 hours of braiding. I did break this up into 2 days, and I am basically just, cleaning the braids up, clipping the loose hairs, and from there we'll get to dipping. Okay, so I have my hair boiling pan, don't judge me, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to section my hair into 2 sections on the side, and I basically just use a ponytail holder to secure them. I am going to make sure that I have me a towel handy, and this is just to not get burned with the water. And I'm basically just going to dip my hair. As you can see, I didn't dip it all the way through. It's probably about halfway through. And I am just going to just dip it, leave it for a few seconds, remove it out of the water. And this is just to set the hair. And that's basically it. Okay, you guys, so that is pretty much it. I just wanted to show you the final look. I'll probably post some styles later. These are the ends. I decided not to do like any extra crinkling or anything like that. Just kind of wear the ragged ends. And just kind of the breakdown of how they look in between. I decided not to lay them so close together. Initially, I was laying them really close together, and I felt like that was making too many braids. I basically just attach braids in the big braid to kind of cover the center braid up. As if you can see how that looks. And then in the back, I didn't put many braids on this one. Because I did not want a big braid look. So that is pretty much it. And I like it so far overall. It's a little more full than I want, but that's it. So let me know what you guys think. This is my first time crocheting it using the Marley braids. I wanted the braids a little thicker, but I felt like I was using too much hair, and I didn't want to have like a whole big head full of hair. So this is the size that they came out. They're more like Senegalese, but they have the Marley feel because I'm using the Marley hair. And that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.